got to do some backup stuff because I think we're supposed to get a bad storm, correct?
Yes, we are. So guys,
I'm recording in all angles tonight.
If we happen to disconnect, stand with us
because we're dying.
We have tornado watches around us, but it's not going to stop us.
Here we go. Oh yeah, come on, boys. Play me something worth sipping to. Here we go now. All right. Welcome to American Whiskey, where we talk about two of my favorite things, America and whiskey. So grab a glass, grab some ice, drink it neat, drink it however the hell you want. Sit back, relax, and let's talk about where the hell this country's headed. Yeah. Cheers. All right now. That's enough, boys. All right, let's talk. Welcome back to American Whiskey. As always, I am your favorite host, Big Sturge. I'm never too far away from you folks. I love you. I'm glad you're here with us. Over on the other side of the studio, as always, we've got Justice League.
How's it going, everyone?
His name is Dylan, but he is the Justice League. And as always, one of our fan favorites, the storyteller, the one and only. He caught a fish this big, but now it's this big. Uncle Joey.
Hey, what's happening?
And as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. So grab a beer, grab a drink, grab whatever it is you're sipping on. Sit back, relax, and let's talk some shit.
That's so cool.
Welcome back, guys. We're glad you're here. We've got some people in here. Do you want to shoot who's in right now? Any comments?
Tyler Schaefer is drinking PBR as always.
Oh, how did I know that?
Tyler, I'm sorry. I know you're going to hate me for it. I'm still drinking Busch Light.
And you know what's sad? Internet just told me the internet connection was a little iffy. So if it's a bit iffy, folks, we're sorry.
We are frozen on this end.
Yeah, it's because of weather. We already said that. So we got to keep rolling because
we're going to keep rolling.
It's not going to get any better.
Well, I refresh and we're good.
So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, do this. Shut us off right now. Come back later. No. Just kidding. Keep watching.
Stay with us.
But anything you missed,
shut the hell up.
You can rewatch.
So, as always, I want to go around the horn. I want to chit chat about what you've been drinking this evening. This beautiful, rainy, ugly Sunday. And I'm going to go first. I never get to go first.
I'll go first, Anthony.
So I have been sipping on, I finally cracked it, Uncle Joey.
Oh,
86 proof, very old Barton.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I finally, the big one you got me?
Man, that old Barton's, man, it's a sleeper.
He tried it for the first time. He said, that is good. I was like, yeah, it is.
You can't find it very often here in Ohio. That bottle came from Kentucky. Dude, that bottle is like 3 years old.
And every time he sees it, he's always like, let me get you a bottle.
Yeah.
He knows I love it. I think 1792 does that bottle. Am I right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And Anthony, it's funny you say that because you're right. You were like, don't pour too much. It'll sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Because it was so smooth. It was so good tasting.
It's a smooth. Yeah. If you're mixing it with Coke, you don't want to put too much in there because you want to figure out where you're at after the drink. Uncle Joey and I, we could smash these. I mean, we've had it plenty of times in the past. We love it. Uncle Joey's there an 80, 86, a 92, and 100 proof? Or
the 100 proof is I like it. That's you like the 86.
I do.
The way
but the 100's great.
The way you like the 86 is how I feel about the 100. It's awesome.
And you guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, that 100 is delicious.
Makes a mean drink.
Yeah, you make a great old fashioned with it.
Yeah.
It may be one of the best ones, honestly.
Have I had the 100 proof?
No,
you've never had very
never
old
had a bottle.
Tonight,
next time I'm in Kentucky, I'll have to bring back a bottle of 100 proof.
Let's do a lineup of the old Bartons, the 80, the 86.
Maybe I'll grab them all.
Yeah, and we'll all go halfies in on that. That's a great idea. So that's what I'm sipping on. I'm mixing it with Coca-Cola because you guys know it's one of my favorite drinks. It's a go-to for me. It's easy to drink and I like it that way. So Uncle Joey, what are you sipping on? What have you been sipping on today? And what are you sipping on now?
I've been a little busy today. So this will be the first adult beverage that I've had. We've got a local brewery here in Springfield called Mother Stewart's. They make a disco dancer. It's a hazy. I believe it's an IPA, but it is absolutely divine. It's one of my favorites. And Dylan has cracked open to finish a bottle of Antique 107 Weller. And I got to say, this glass is just as delicious as the last time I had it, and is as delicious as the very first time I had it. It's a tried and true. If you've never had it, I suggest you find a bottle, because I think, in my opinion, as far as the Weller lineup goes, the Special Reserve, the 107, I had the full proof at Dave's. It was pretty solid. But this 107 it's a great bottle, man. It's a weeded bourbon, so of course you got to like the weeded bourbons, but it's
and you can get it. I mean, it's a bottle
it's elusive. It's elusive.
It's difficult to get, but it's not as hard to get as the Weller 12, and you don't have to spend as much to get it.
Right.
So
yeah, I believe it dropped quite around the area here the last couple days. So
Uncle Joey, I think you were saying we had a couple stores that had it this past weekend, right?
I think that was the main drop for Ohio.
Okay.
There was obviously what we saw, Stag dropped as well.
Where was that at?
Kroger in Urbana had Stag, Bodega in Marysville had Stag, and I bet Stag showed its head at Wineworks, man.
Hey, tag Brian on this as well. Tag Brian, because I wanted to ask him.
I don't have him on Facebook.
He's on our page. All you gotta do is go to our page.
What's his last name?
Dunaway.
Yep. So tag him real quick. Uncle Joey, we went to the Brick.
BRY or I?
Did you guys end up going?
Anthony, is it BRY or I?
I don't know. I
think it's
so we went, Uncle Joey, we went to the Brick.
Yep.
Haven't been there in ever since I wasn't allowed to go there, which was like 10 years ago. Have you been there lately?
No, not since the new owners have taken over.
They have bottles of Stag. They had Noah's Mill.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
Noah's Creek?
Noah's
Mill?
I think it's Noah's Mill.
I've seen it.
Noah's Mill.
Anthony, I believe we were there.
Were we?
Yes. I think that's the place where we had the cowboy cider. I think that's
yeah. Okay.
That's the place that made the Noah's Mill or whatever.
As hard as it is to get, it wasn't good.
No.
We weren't.
I had a bottle in my hand at the distillery and I put it down.
Yeah.
But
guess they had bottles of Stag. They had E.H. Taylor. They had Blanton's. They had
the owner before the guy that had it now was a big bourbon drinker.
Was he?
Yeah. There was a lot of bourbon there with him. Now I don't know if these guys are, but the couple or the guy that had it before, yeah, he had a nice bourbon selection.
Hey, Steph. Thank you for letting us know we were frozen. Yeah. Are we better now?
Hopefully we're better now. I see we get people coming in here.
But real quick, before we go off topic real quick.
The good news is real fast. Uncle Joey, Dylan, let our listeners know it may be choppy now, but you can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and you can listen to these afterwards too. So today is going to be a bit choppy. So if you want to go back and listen or just not listen until you can hear it great, that's fine too. So we're not going to hate anybody on that.
So I'm sipping on the same exact thing Uncle Joey is. We did a bottle kill of the 107, like you said. It would be up there with my top Buffalo Trace products. Obviously, everyone knows I love Special Reserve.
No,
but 107
since when
is right there with it. Very great pour. We had a little bit left after we had our generous pours, so we just killed it. So this could get interesting.
I'm going to make a bold statement here. If I could get this, if this was an everyday bottle, I would probably drink this. Like, this would be my most go-to bottle.
And you know what?
This is one of my favorite bourbons that I feel like since I've been drinking bourbon, I've had a lot of good. I've had a lot of bad. Yeah. I haven't had a lot of the higher end. I don't have that kind of cash.
Yeah.
But I've drank the stuff that I can afford that I like, and I really like a lot of it. And this is always is going to be in my top 5.
So it's interesting you said that. So let me ask you guys this question real quick. If there was a bottle that you could get for retail price every single day of the week,
probably this one.
What would be your everyday drinker? We've never asked that question before. That's hard.
This or Eagle Rare.
I would say, for me, I wouldn't say I necessarily couldn't afford $50 a week on a whiskey,
but you could get it.
I could.
No, I'm just saying, if you could get it
Honestly, if I
for
could get
retail
it
every
I
single
would
day of
get-
the week.
Honestly, I would probably get 100 proof very old Barton.
Okay.
I like 86, but when I mix it up, I like the 100. Uncle Joey made like I said, a mean mixer drink with that. I think it would be really good with a Coke. So if I could change it up, you can't really get very old Barton. I haven't seen it here at least.
I don't, it's one of those things. I don't even know if they sell it in Ohio.
I don't know
honestly
either.
can never remember me seeing a bottle in Ohio.
But we see it everywhere in Kentucky.
I see it in Kentucky every time I go. Yes.
So and he's a glorious friend / brother. So he's always asking me if I want a bottle. There was one time he came back with like 4 or 5 of them for me.
Yeah, if you can get them, then get them.
So yeah, I would say it would either be that, but if I could, like, if I wanted to spend the extra money, I would say Blanton's for sure.
Right.
It's because that's probably my favorite that I've had thus
and
far.
I think I would go with Uncle Joey here. If I could get it as often as we get Special Reserve, I think 107 would be one of my bottles.
I just wish, like I said, if that was a bottle you could walk in your liquor store and buy every day of the week, that would probably be a very hot seller because it's delicious. I mean, it's got so many different good qualities that you look for in just a good solid bourbon. The flavor, the heat, the lack of heat, the mouthfeel. I mean, it's good mixed. It's good straight. It's good with now I've never really cared for this with like a block of ice. Mine is more like, I think I like it with just adding a little bit of water to it.
Mm-hmm.
I never really cared for it, let it sitting on a block of ice. But one time I did like drop a couple drops in and it opened it up a little bit. But
I think it's interesting that you say that because
it's a good bottle.
I've never seen my dad drink a whiskey with ice. It's always been like a room temperature bottle.
Yeah.
And if he wanted anything on it, all he would do is add water. He'd put it under the faucet and he would add water. And it is interesting because if you go and have a tour of a dispensary, what am I thinking about? A distillery, what do they normally put right next to it when you're having the tasting? Water to put into it. They don't put ice cubes next to it.
Nope.
So that's not typically a way that you should probably taste whiskey. But it's definitely water enhances it. I've had whiskey that I've liked and then I added water and didn't like. I mean, it completely opens up the bottle of that whiskey completely different.
Right.
I can't remember what bottle it was, but I did the same thing and it turned it into gasoline. Like I couldn't believe how much I disliked it once I added a little bit of ice to it.
Yeah.
I mean, what it was. It just is not something I ever want to put ice in.
Yeah.
Right.
And it might have been Eagle Rare. I feel like
Really?
it was a bottle of Eagle Rare. I just did not like it over a block of ice.
So I will actually add on to that. I'm the same way with Special Reserve. I will drink it straight, neat, whatever you call it, all day long. But when you add ice to it, I think
I'm
it
about to
changes the
smack
flavor.
the shit out of you.
Why?
You like it with ice.
I don't put ice in my Special Reserve. I don't.
Uncle Joey.
See, I don't pay attention.
I don't.
If we find out, can we smack you? If we see it, can we smack
If
it?
you see it,
we
smack
catch you,
me.
all right.
If you see it, smack me. I give you that go ahead right now.
Hey, I'm pouring some
You get
Special
it.
Reserve. Hey, Dylan, you want some ice?
You want big,
You want some ice, big boy?
big hand? We got big hands.
Oh, what's happening? Because I'm almost positive I've seen you drink it before. So, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. According to my wife, I think I'm right a lot.
You know what? My
hey,
wife says the same thing.
I think there's a.
I think it's a conspiracy.
I think there's a conspiracy
believe
theory
him,
going
Anthony.
on here.
Me neither, dude.
Oh, man, you weren't kidding.
What?
That was fast.
The
Yeah.
ice?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
fast.
So you just if anybody in the future that comes to my room or my I like to call it studio personally,
Oh, here we go.
and you use my ice maker, Dylan, and you continue to use it, and
Dylan.
you run it low, and you don't add water, I'm smacking the shit out of you.
Well, in my defense, if I see it refilling, I don't put water in there. But if I see it not refilling, then I
you were the
won't.
last to use it. It wasn't refilling.
I call bullshit. But anyway,
It was actually making ice last time. So
I'm
Anyway.
calling bullshit.
anyway.
so
Topic of the day.
I got one. I've got one.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Oh,
So
oh, oh,
guess what the topic is.
What's that?
Uncle Joey, we'll start with you because Dylan, to be fair, we've had the conversation. What about this submarine thing?
Man. And then I just saw
What's
today
going on?
where the Navy or the government knew about it a couple of days prior because of the detection system.
Yep.
They were kind of laying low and waiting, which, I mean, it is what it is. Man, here's the thing.
Who's Brian Hooten?
He's the dude that makes knives.
Hey, shout him out real fast.
I did. I tagged him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Brian, thanks.
us.
Welcome into the studio with us, brother.
Dude, I would love, listen, Brian.
We love your knives,
Brian. I would love, if you're interested in this, I would love to get you in on a Zoom call.
Oh, yeah.
And introduce the world. Like, let people introduce themselves.
Dude, we're in different countries here. We reach people in different countries, man.
Brian, your knives are remarkable, man. I've been watching you. I've been checking them out. You do some fabulous work. The people need to see it. The people need to know who you are. And you need to get your name out there, brother. And we're doing
now, these are homemade, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He makes his videos. He does it all, dude. I think he needs to go down to farm to bottle. I tagged him. I talked to Dan about him. I said, Dan, this guy makes, because Dan was wanting like a blacksmith.
Yeah.
I said, well, I got a guy who's making his own knives.
Yeah.
So,
well, Mr. Hooten, we'd love to have you on. We're not shy to have guests on here. You don't have to come here. We can just pop you on the Zoom one time.
And I've known Brian for a while. I've known the family for a while, man.
Yeah.
Brian's a good dude.
Awesome. Check out his knives. He's on Facebook. You can just go to our page now, look up for Brian Hooten, and he's got an incredible set of knives that he is.
And it's not just knives. I think some axes I saw.
Cool.
Something for boots for guys that wear boots, like something to pull your boots on with.
Oh yeah.
So cool. he's handy.
All right. So shout out to him. Now moving forward about this whole entire submarine thing.
So let me hit on that real quick.
No. Uncle Joey said Uncle Joey hits on it.
No. I just want to comment on what he said.
Let him keep going. Hold on. What did he say?
It all goes back, I think, to that it's that window. It's they questioned the window. The window's been under question, and they think the window couldn't withstand the pressure from the water. And I think that's what made that motherfucker implode.
Yeah.
I know it's sad. Will there be no bodies with the implosion? Did it just disintegrate them?
Yeah. So from what I have seen, scientists and everyone come out with is it's like kind of the same thing with whether it's a can of
like
beer or a can of pop. Like if you have it like boiling and then you put it in cold, it crushes real quick. They think something like that happened. But I want to go back to what you said about the Navy knew about that. The technology that was used to hear that was technology that the Navy uses to detect if submarines come into an area.
Yep.
There was a secret mission actually done not too long after the Titanic sunk, where a ship went out and they said they were exploring to see if they could find the Titanic and see what it looked like and everything. And there was an actual mission done before like at the same exact time where they were looking for something to do with a Navy submarine that had sank. So it could have been a cover up for something like that. There was a sub in the same area that sank many, many, many years ago. And the remains of that have never actually been found or actually discovered, like in actually investigated the right way. So it could be a way to try to cover that up as well.
I mean, there's no doubt that it blew up though.
Oh yeah, it did blow up. That did 100% blow up. But I don't think they wanted to, or the US wanted to 100% come out and be like, oh, we have this technology and we can tell when stuff happens in the seas. So
what I found the most interesting thing about it is the amount of money worth of people in this one submarine.
2 billionaires.
Yeah. The one was like second richest Palestinian.
Yeah.
Did you see how they were sitting in that thing?
Yeah, it's like I couldn't get in it.
One guy can sit stretched out. The other 3 or 4 had to sit Indian style. With a piss pot.
Well, I also saw.
So listen, I don't want to make this sound like I'm insensitive or that I don't care, but I imagine they went pretty quick.
No doubt with the pressure and everything.
But here's the thing: if it sank to the bottom, and it didn't implode.
Yeah.
And they lasted 3 days or whatever it was.
Well, they talked
Right.
about what happens with lack of oxygen, the delirium.
You start
that-
seeing things.
Well, the smell of feces, the vomit, because they say eventually you'll start vomiting.
and you'll
Yeah.
see things. You'll start
Yeah.
hallucinating.
So who's to say one of them didn't snap out in there and just start tearing the shit out of everybody?
Yeah.
So it's probably, I'm going to say, a whole lot better the way that they died rather than the way that they could have died.
That we
Well,
think they
I'll
died. That
also
we
throw
think
this
they
out
died.
there.
Yeah, that they,
I'll throw this out there as well. There are some videos out there right now from previous excursions where it shows like the what do you call them? It's not the pilot, the
controls.
controls.
Yeah, did you
The-
see that son of a bitch? It's a PlayStation controller.
They ordered it
well-
off the internet. They
Well,
said.
I
Yeah.
saw the guy that was supposed to be controlling it. I saw a video where he handed it to a passenger and said, "Hey, you can control this."
Yeah.
So saying that, is it a possibility that he handed it to a passenger and they hit something wrong and hit the Titanic,
I think
or
it was
they
on a.
hit something and
I think
they were
it-
close to the Titanic. We do know
I
that.
think
They
it
were
was on
getting
a
there.
descent. I think it was like something that was
was.
that
but
was part
that's
of the thing.
They
and
were
then it
going
just-
down to the Titanic. So is it a possibility
And I don't know. Will we ever know?
that
never
he
know,
handed the
man.
controller
Well,
over and they hit the Titanic?
could very
They
just
well
like-
be.
there is some kind of data box laying on the floor of the ocean that they don't know whether or not they're going to go retrieve or not because
There's no way.
of how deep it is.
Yeah, it is very, very deep. What was it? I mean, I don't.
It's crazy.
Did you see the picture of like
Yeah.
what it was like?
Yeah. Where it actually is.
It's pretty insane. It was like the killer. Like what was the type of whale? I forget what type of whale, and it was like one of the deepest animals that go in the ocean. And this is like 2 times deeper than that.
And that's the number one reason why Titanic's never been brought up.
Yeah.
It's too deep. The pressure would just disintegrate it. Like the pressure is so unreal that the smallest nick is going to make that thing implode.
Yeah.
So, and that's why that's the only reason I brought that up. Because if he did let somebody pilot it and they nick something, they're done.
Here's one thing that I've wondered. And you both know that I am somewhat of a conspiracy guy, so I can't help but travel down this part. And you know, when they say look down,
I'm looking
should
up.
we look up? Like is this, what is the odds that the richest people in the world, these what billionaires, right? Jason, I think we even said
I think there
that.
were 2. I think
at least 2
I
of them.
think 2 of them were.
And I
billionaires.
believe the other ones were not far from it. I mean, the one was Pakistan, or
was
one was
that
like a
his
British,
kid and
yeah,
his
it
kid.
was like a British sales guy or something.
It's
It was
sad,
crazy.
man. It's sad.
It is sad, but part of me wonders.
I
is
don't
like,
think those people were of any
Was it-
significance as far as
could it have been a set? I mean, a setup,
Nah.
dude.
So,
like the trips were bought and paid for.
Maybe
Nah.
so I
Hey,
will say
that's
this.
kind of what I'm getting at. That's
I,
kind of what I'm
I
getting
don't
at.
feel like this is a
Now,
conspiracy.
Jason, don't
Hey,
think
they said this. I watched a top Navy
I'm not
guy.
saying that it is. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. But I watched
exploring
the
the
top
idea.
Navy guy said that this incident right here, there's all kinds of this style of expedition that happens. This could have happened in many different parts of the world, in many different waters. It just happened to happen here. Like this isn't a Titanic specific incident.
right.
That style of submarine is used. That this isn't like the only situation it's used in. Like
So there's more of them.
yes,
I gotcha.
yes. This
So
guy
is
just
this a
said
daily
this-
thing?
Yes.
Like daily?
Those
These
things
being
are used. Yes, I believe these things are used around doing all kinds of expeditions. But
And here's the other thing.
that window, that keeps going back to that window, and they're saying the design of that window was in question a long time ago. So was it the window? Did the window finally fail?
But let's be completely honest with each other here. Everything that people are using is man-made.
But
So
Well-
like how many cars, I mean, it's probably not common, but how many cars have blown up with people on it
Well,
in it for
right,
no reason?
that's where I
you
was
know?
gonna go with
It
this.
happens.
So was this one of those things? Just run this through your rabbit hole. Was this one of those things where maybe this particular device
This vessel, yeah,
was only good for say 50 trips down?
yeah, and they pushed
And
it
this
with
was-
51.
and this was 60.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the pressure, the bolts, the nuts, the things that hold
And
this
I
thing
don't
together.
correct
you
me
know
if
what I
I'm
mean?
wrong. This isn't even this device. This vessel didn't have any metal on it.
I,
I think it was fiberglass.
I'm not sure.
So you wonder that too. It's
So-
I think that's a good question though. That is a valid question. Was this vessel meant for 50 trips? They looked it over and thought this probably could go again. So let's throw it down.
You know
What's
what I
the worst
mean?
that can happen? We got to come back up.
So Anthony, let me throw this
and then
at
the
you.
window's cracked or something like that, and it implodes. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so deep in the ocean.
There's a crack in a bolt that holds something in. You know what I mean? Like,
So let me throw this at
Boom.
you, Anthony. You said everyone's looking down when you should be looking up, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what's going on with JP Morgan?
No.
Oh, that's funny because that's the past few days.
What happened? Tell us.
JP Morgan is opening up places in Ukraine to help bail them out with whose tax-paying dollars?
That shit happens all the time.
The US, though.
I'm not surprised.
But what I'm saying is, would people be okay with that if there wasn't another catastrophe going on?
I don't know if people would really care. A lot of people don't care about
But
that
what I'm
shit.
saying is that was one thing that's happened in the past few days that no one really knows about because this news is going on. So JP Morgan is actually using US bank accounts to help fund
they're rebuilding. It's
them
a rebuilding
open up
effort.
Ukraine.
Yeah, I think it's more of a rebuilding effort. I mean, someone's got to. It is for sure.
But
I would think
it's still a little early to be doing that.
That war's been going on for a while.
It has been, but
who was it?
There's still worries right now that Russia's going to attack another nuclear plant over there. So it's not the time to be opening up.
Hey,
banks.
don't worry. We've probably got some money we can give them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Don't worry, Biden will help.
It's not.
Hey,
Biden will help.
If they're about to freaking attack a nuclear plant, it's not the time to give them money.
Joe will give you some money.
We got you, Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe.
Don't say Uncle Joe.
But
Sleepy Joe got you.
That's why I wanted to bring that up because no one really knows about that right now.
Oh, it's out there.
It's out there.
But did you really know about it?
I mean, I don't really care about it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
No,
brother.
I get that. I was just saying that's one thing that's
you know what I get so tired of. Here's what I get so tired of. I get tired of bullshit stuff in the news. Like, this whole submarine thing. This has been interesting to me because it's been something different. It's been something that.
We haven't had anything like this in a while.
Whether you're a Democrat or Republican,
the Chinese spy balloons.
Right? That has nothing to do with
It was another big story.
Yeah, but that was like we're getting attacked they're trying to spy on us, even though we do the same shit to other countries. I'm just over it, dude. Like I'm getting to the point in my life now where I don't trust anybody that's ahead of us, that our government really or anybody else. So it's like. I really want to hear about some of this other stuff that's out there that we don't hear about. Now, it's you don't really understand the magnitude of things in the news unless one, it's Republican and Democrat debate, or the fact like this thing. Uncle Joey just said that the submarine has other submarines. This company has other ones that they use.
Yes, they do.
Now, what if us three were in that submarine that blew up? Would we know?
Right.
Or is it because the billions of dollars worth of people that were in it?
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things in the news that are probably important. I mean, I just read today, Dylan, I'm always on the news. I'm always reading. Today, there was somebody on like Delta Airlines or something that got sucked into a jet engine.
Oh, that happened.
Was killed.
That happened a couple days ago.
Yeah, and
and their family,
an American,
is suing,
and it's barely talked about.
The big news stories that are out there every day across every 50 some states that we have is just amazing. Like I forget what state this was in, but this is a headline that I thought it just tripped me out. So a man killed a postal worker because he wouldn't deliver a package that was marijuana.
I saw that.
He killed him.
Yeah,
because he refused to deliver this package.
Yeah,
I mean, he got life in prison, but just another life was taken because he wouldn't do
what he wanted.
Yeah, dude. It just
like there's a lot of ways to get weed, brother.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, there is.
What about, did you guys, have you been following? I don't know how you guys feel about this because we never talk about it, but this is an interesting episode because we never talk about anything other than whiskey. So this is fun for me. But have you seen anything about like that, like this whole alien contact stuff? Have you guys looked into that? That shit's crazy, man.
Listen,
That shit is crazy.
Get on Spotify, and I'm a big listen. I don't know how some of our viewers and listeners feel about Joe Rogan. I know he's a little controversial, but he has a lot of Navy experts and a lot of Navy pilots on there, and he has firsthand interviews with Navy pilots that can tell you some shit about things that they saw over the ocean that are not from this world. They're out. They're definitely a extraterrestrial.
But it
vehicle
seems
of
like
some
that
kind.
stuff is being buried in these news outlets.
But I feel like it's coming to the light more now than
it
has
is.
been.
It is. Now you can go on Fox News or CNN. If you scroll enough, you're going to find it.
Well,
but it's never up top. There's
didn't our government actually officially come out and admit that they have a file?
There
now
is a file
that they've never admitted to before. And there's like I said, check Spotify out, the Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, did you see that the two fighter jets that were in the air trying to respond to what is it called?
Unidentified flying object.
Thank you. I sound like a moron. But they go and they're like, what the hell is that? It's going from side to side.
That's probably the same,
up and down. And it's like, they're like, this is out of this world. And so meanwhile, while submarine billionaires are getting blown up in, submarines, and Ukraine and JP Morgan are working together and all this stuff, what about out of this world shit that we cannot control? Like, that's fascinating. That to me is so fascinating.
We are all every day. We get up, we go to sleep, we go to work, and you don't really think about it. And
here's the thing:
are we the only ones?
And here, let's just say one day it's proven. That fucks a lot of things up, dude, in this world.
Listen,
faith-based.
You know what what movie it makes the greatest of ever? The Will Smith and Men in Black, baby. I love them. Dude, is that movie like?
I know.
Where he's like, that teacher. I knew that teacher was an alien.
If there happens to be some type of faith-based follower here, I'm a Christian. I may not.
That rattles a few cages right there.
Yeah. Here. Anthony's a Christian. No, Anthony is. I may not be, I guess, on your level or whatever, but I'm a believer. Jesus died on the cross for my sins. I pray and I have faith. And
yes, he does.
But here's my question. What does that, if you're a religious leader out there, and what if this comes about and it is true? What if aliens are a real thing? Nothing's been talked about in the Bible that I know of anything of that sort. I mean, is life and other.
I thought that's who built the pyramids.
No, the angels did.
All right, guys. So can I change the narrative real quick here?
I love the alien topic, but
why?
Because didn't someone bring up dragon's milk the other day?
Dragon's milk?
Whiskey?
That's a beer.
We were talking about dragon's milk the other day.
Dragon's milk's a beer.
I'm looking at a dragon's milk straight bourbon finish in a toasted barrel.
No, we weren't talking about that at all.
That is called Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah, that's no, remember that.
Nope.
This is a new 2023 product that I want to research.
Alrighty.
We were enjoying the alien talk, damn it.
I agree with
aliens. Let me circle back.
Product.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna circle back.
Someone was bringing up dragon's milk the other day, and I think it was the beer, like Uncle Joey said. But apparently they made a whiskey this year, and it caught my eye because it's called Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
I mean, if this was like alien related, I'd be really excited.
But it's dragon's milk
about this, so yeah.
But it's dragon's milk.
Does it got like extra arms or something?
Aliens, dragons,
are they wondering where it came
We were
from?
so into this alien. Way to
no one believes in dragons. People are believing in the aliens. Okay,
drag these nuts. Oh, yeah.
Block.
Drag these nuts across your face.
With it.
Anyway,
no, we're talking about dragging these nuts on your face.
We're talking about aliens, Dylan.
Now you,
Dylan.
What is it you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, Dylan?
But
I was just researching, and I saw
I saw you over there type it away.
I looked over. I'm over here like, what's he doing?
So let's ask. I think, does aliens make Dylan uncomfortable?
No.
Now it makes sense. Are you an alien?
Were you and Cartman probed by aliens? Did you ever see that one?
So, what do you think about aliens? I'm circling back, brother. What do you think?
Are you an alien?
To be honest,
are you American?
I think it's foolish if you think there's nothing else in this universe.
Oh, okay. Me and Anthony were about to have a problem with you.
We both get him out.
No, I think it's very, very, very foolish.
I agree with
think that we are the only life in the universe.
Does anybody comment on this?
Not.
Are we
right
all
now.
going to get blocked by everybody?
What does my mother-in-law think? Ann, what do you think? Dan, what do you think?
Ann 2 minutes ago, and she already liked the comment.
Something's going on.
But she liked the comment.
Close Encounters, the movie Close Encounters. That movie's badass. Richard Dreyfuss wasn't crazy.
But I was literally just gonna say that. How insane was that?
Yeah.
Is it? It's interesting. So I talked to this guy at the where I work. He's a tenant. Cool dude. He's a real big believer.
Does he wear tinfoil?
Hey, real quick, Anthony, I just tagged a page called Aliens that has 21K viewers.
Hey, hop in. We want to talk
anybody.
aliens.
If you wear tinfoil hats, we want to hear from you.
Why?
If you and your cat wear tinfoil hats under the full moon.
So I'm talking to this guy at the apartment.
Grab me a disco dancer, please.
And he's got alien stuff all over the place. He's got dude, I'll tell you what are those called, Uncle Joey? The telescope?
Oh, telescope.
And I was like, man, that's a badass telescope, dude. I don't know much about them, but that looks like
don't touch that telescope.
No, he didn't say that. He's like, dude, if you ever work late and it's dark out,
clear sky,
come over here, clear sky. He's like, come out. He said, even just any night. He's like, you can see so far with this thing. And dude, this thing's beautiful looking.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Does this guy wear men's underwear?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't ask him.
Well, I'm just saying, I hate to see you go over there and he'd be wearing
He didn't have clothes on.
Lingerie.
He didn't have nothing on.
Oh, well, you're good. You're good. Go on over.
So it was interesting because he started talking about it. And I was like, so I assume that you're a believer in aliens. And he automatically is like, well, you're not.
What you mean? What you mean, boy?
I'm like, well, so, but what he was talking about, he started talking like he had evidence of aliens.
Alien dung.
This bottle full of alien piss.
Bottle full of alien piss.
He's like, smell it. Doesn't smell right, does it?
Smell this.
Smells like urine, dude. No,
like urine?
But some of the shit he said made sense, man. He's like, Area 51 is a prime example. He's like, that's like the granddaddy of all alien topics.
You remember when they were going to storm that place?
They never did, you bunch of pusses.
So many people would have got chopped
the
down.
fucking Kyles.
Dude, there would have been mass. I mean, that would have been, oh my God. Because they made it clear. You step on our property, we're going to shoot you.
Yeah.
But is that a smoke show?
No.
Is there anything there? Is there anything there?
Probably. So probably.
Is there something to write, Pat?
So I asked my grandpa that. So my grandpa worked in the same building that was supposedly held
alien remains.
The remain of a certain alien.
It was autopsied.
No, it was alive. Supposedly this thing's alive, and I can't remember what his name is. They've interviewed it according to other people. And my grandpa said, I worked every floor of that building. I walked in all the different spots, never saw anything. Here's what he also said.
Was it Pigman?
Well, here's the other thing he said. Do you think I've seen every part of that building?
You don't have access.
He said there's things that, and he was pretty high up for a civilian.
Remember when
there's so many different spots in these military bases
Yep.
that just because you work there doesn't mean you know about.
Remember when Kramer saw Pigman?
What? No.
Seinfeld, Kramer saw Pigman.
Like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You got to forget.
Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig.
You can't forget we're not 65.
Man, Seinfeld is awesome.
Time out.
For any of you younger viewers out there.
What's the name of this episode?
Uncle Joey's getting old.
When's your birthday, Joey?
My birthday is June 30th.
I'm getting you a alien stripper.
The year was 1969, the year of the Lord.
The year of the Lord.
1969.
So what do you how old are you gonna be?
I will be 54.
Holy hell.
Wait a minute. Is this 2023? Yes, I will be 54.
Jesus, he's old and senile.
Do you have any plans for your birthday? Strip club, Bob Evans? I mean,
well, my wife doesn't know it yet,
breakfast.
but we're going to spend the whole weekend at a strip club up in Detroit.
Yes.
I've booked us the shower room. We're going to spend
Dylan and I are headed there with you.
No.
I just called off.
So it's a toss up. We're either going to go to Frankenmuth, Michigan, or we're going to go to Bardstown, Kentucky.
What are you doing for in Michigan if you go? Never mind. I vote if you can go to Bardstown, I vote Bardstown. There's a great, everything's amazing there. From morning to late night.
See,
There's a lot of good
I
stuff.
think we're going to go to
man.
Bardstown.
You have to go to Bardstown.
That's
I've
the
been there
choice.
3 years in a row now because she's always like, what do you want to do for our anniversary or your birthday? Because my birthday's August 2nd, our anniversary is August 3rd. I cannot think of a better place to spend my time with her than at Bardstown. It's quiet if you want it to be. It's busy if you want it to be.
So is downtown like a walk around and stuff?
Just park your car.
All right, man.
Walk around at different spots.
We're
There's
going to
barbecue
Bardstown.
joints. There's this. I'll get the restaurant breakfast joint. It's a buffet. This is how good you know it is. It's got walleye and grits on their breakfast bar.
Uh-huh.
Walleye and grits, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Righty.
You know you're in a country diner and it's going to be good when you got walleye and grits on the same table for
All right.
breakfast.
So listen, I will give you, in my head, my wife, she's wonderful. She lets me pretty much do
We
what
have
I
the
wanna
same
do.
type of wife, dude. They just
Yeah.
let us do what we
Just
want.
what makes you happy. So I made a reservation today without even asking her because that's the kind of wife that she is. I love you to death, Sherry.
I love her too.
I made a reservation for a hotel in Bardstown because this was my plan. We're going to get up early Friday morning. There's and I'll shout him out. Northern Yankee Moonshine is in Ripley, Ohio. I want to stop there. I want to pick up some of his golden honey peach moonshine.
And I'm probably going to have you pick up some shine.
Yeah,
for me.
yes, I'm
Just
going to grab
regular
you one.
shine.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's straight down 68 through Ripley. And then from Ripley, I want to go to Bardstown, but
Yeah.
it's just something we've never
You
been to
can't-
Bardstown. I
can't
think
beat that
shy.
trip, man. I'm telling you, dude. I've been to Michigan. I've been to Florida. I've been, up
Yeah.
north. I've been all kinds of places. I'm telling you, it is
So
my favorite place in the world.
so let's
And
do
Northern
this.
Yankee Moonshine is tagged.
Hey,
Any of
Northern
you
Yankee.
out there, if you've ever been to Bardstown, give me some ideas for restaurants, places to visit, things to do, because that's what I want to do. I really think Bardstown is
There's
my
so much to do
and
there.
I heard it's just a really cool old town.
Well,
so,
that's the thing. That's what I mean when I tell you, if you want to stay out late, you can.
if you don't want
If
to,
you don't
you're
want
right,
to,
right,
it's
right.
quiet enough for you to go back and go to bed. It's busy enough to have fun, and it's quiet enough to spend time with your.
All right.
So
So
there's bars down there that are quiet and enjoyable. We just went to one. Actually, here's a good story about Bardstown. So we all went to Bardstown for, I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't that long ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. We're sitting there eating pizza at the restaurant that her and I really love to go to. It's like a little hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
They play live music, maybe 30 people in there at tops at any point in time. Just a good little, mom and pop shop is what they call it. And there a big storm comes rolling through, knocks the power out, but they have gas stoves. So as long as you can pay with cash, I guess, or just order shit until stuff turns back on, pay with your card.
they stayed open.
We stayed with 4 kids in the dark.
Hell
Hadley
yeah.
wasn't happy about it. My youngest wasn't happy about it.
Hads wasn't happening. Yeah.
But it was so worth it, dude. The pizza's that good. The drinks are good enough to stay. The service was good enough to stay. And just like you felt, even though the most important thing, electricity, like this town is so cool, you don't feel like you need to leave. Like it's just a very, very good place to go, dude. And if you picked Michigan over Bardstown, you're a dumbass.
Agreed.
Well,
And
I've
I
heard
love
Frankenmuth is pretty cool though. Dude.
No,
it's a walk
dude,
around. It's kind of the same vibe.
the state
though.
of Michigan has so many great places to offer for vacationing in general.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Great Lakes, they have forestry
Well,
places
they've
you
got
can get.
they've got bourbon too, dude.
They do, and
And I was thinking about maybe checking.
but I think that's something that you
everything.
could do and
Anytime,
anytime. I say Bardstown because what a joy it is to be down there in such an old town. You can park your car. Everyone's there for the same reason you're there. Like it's
Me personally, that's the trip I want to make. So it's my birthday.
your birthday,
So I think that's what we're going to do.
and that's what we're gonna do. What are you laughing at?
No, I just think it's funny.
No, we're gonna do it.
You coming with us?
Well, it's your birthday. Why wouldn't I be invited?
Let's go. Sherry, sorry.
hell with it.
Anthony's in, you're out. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No,
So here's the
I
thing.
will tag along.
No, here's what's great. My wife is wonderful. If
She
I would have
is.
told her, hey, we're going to Alabama to see my son, Jake, Valerie, and Benjamin, she would have said, okay. If I would have said we're going to
We're
Indy,
going to the studio.
she'd have been okay. So I appreciate her in many different ways. And she knows that if it's what I want to do, then she's all behind it 100%.
So anybody listening right now, if you've been to Bardstown, I think we've made the decision.
Yeah.
We're going to Bardstown. What is it that he should do while in Bardstown? Now, I'm not talking about just going through Bardstown. Has anybody here stayed in Bardstown?
Anything going on this coming up weekend?
Yeah.
Right now we're staying Friday. I'm up.
Make a reservation for the trolley station.
Well, listen, here's what I was wanting to do.
Car.
Daniel Boone National Forest is really close to Bardstown. I was thinking about trying to find us a cabin. I'll give you a funny story.
That's where Boone County Distillery came from.
I'll give you a great story.
Is.
So I got on Airbnb today and I found this little A-frame loft. This thing was so cool looking. And I got everything. I was like, fuck yeah, this thing is out in the middle of nowhere. Outdoor bathroom.
That's fine.
No, you don't know my wife. Bro.
I was about to say, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm fine with the porch.
I started chuckling. Sherry's like, what's up? I said, man, I just found this really cool spot. It looked so badass. The view, it was in the middle of nowhere. We would be so secluded and private. I was like, but you got to go pee outside. So she just looked at me like I was dumb. Like, why are you even asking me?
So here's an interesting question. Do you get up to pee in the middle of the night?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
She does. She does.
Just be out the porch.
I know some people get up in the middle of the night.
Get her some Depends. Tell her to pee to bed. Anyway, so tonight when I leave tonight, okay.
If she's listening, I'm sorry. Your husband's an asshole.
So tonight,
but you're staying at a cool place.
I haven't booked that place yet. So after the podcast, tonight when I go home, me and her are going to sit down and finalize our trip.
Yeah.
So
our trip. Yeah. You go to Bardstown, my favorite place in the world.
And you don't think I'm going to show up?
You don't think I'm just going to randomly be there when you're at?
So anyway, again, if you guys anything anywhere close to Bardstown, please let me know. Restaurants. I really would like to find a really nice restaurant. So I have a restaurant. It's called the Charred Oak, but I think it's in Laredo.
That sounds kind of good.
I don't know how far it is. I heard it's a really cool atmosphere. I'm actually going to do some research and maybe we can stop on the way. But it's in Laredo, I believe, Kentucky.
It's a really cool atmosphere.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, I don't know.
A little bit of feedback there.
Yeah, we did. It's all good, though.
It's all good. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Anyway, Uncle Joey's birthday's next Friday. So if you guys would like to.
Do you have a Venmo?
Yeah, I do have Venmo.
If you're interested,
I'm not doing Cash App. I'm not doing Cash App.
If you don't want to Cash App or Venmo him, Venmo me.
Yeah.
We'll buy our own drinks.
Hey, I would love, listen, if you do, I will buy whatever you want me to drink, whatever bourbon somebody would like me to drink wherever we go. I will absolutely drink that if by chance. But
they'll bring it in studio.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm excited. I'll be 54.
55.
I'll be 54 this year.
54.
54.
You said 55.
No, I'll be 54. My birthday was in 69. This is 23. So that's 54. Do the math, I think, right?
I don't know. When's your birthday? 69?
Sounds like you're like 70.
No shit.
What did you say?
19.
I said it sounds like he's 70.
1969.
He's a lot older than us.
That's a great Don Henley song.
Old.
In the
summer
of
Hey, he's not as old as Coach.
the coach, the
But
gold
anyway,
chain, belly shirt.
I am a very fortunate man. I have three great kids. No big plans other than just hanging out with the wife.
Great
and
cousin-in-law.
Oh, I have some. Listen,
A great friend.
I am a very fortunate man. I have a wonderful family. I don't have a lot of family left, but the family I do have, I love very dearly, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I just want everybody to know that because
what's up, Doug?
Tomorrow is never promised, and you just never know what's going to happen. So for everybody out there, I love you very much.
Yeah, Uncle Joey, he's at that point where he may get emotional, then I'll get emotional, then we'll start chit-chatting, drinking more, and then
not
weird.
Tonight. Listen,
shout out Doug Ketterman.
But hold on,
Doug Ketterman's in the house.
I want to say this right now, Doug.
Get your fucking bottles.
If you don't get these bottles in the next 2 weeks,
Man.
I'm gonna open that Willet.
The Willet's getting cracked. You listen. We're gonna record. Dylan and I at least are gonna record tomorrow night. You can come and get them then.
I'll be here.
Uncle Joey will be here.
If you don't come get it, we're cracking
Tomorrow's
the
end of the end of the thing. You need to be here. It doesn't matter. You have
Doug,
to be
you
here.
don't understand how much I love
This
and
Willet,
Anthony love the Willet.
driving this boy crazy.
If you don't come and get it, I'm
Justin's
opening the Willet.
Justin,
Hey, Doug.
Justice,
Doug.
Justice League is losing his shit.
On a side note, Doug, just sell it to him. Just get with him off air. Just sell him this bottle of Willet. He'd probably buy it.
Or Doug, will you say, since I got second place,
Trade.
can I have a bottle of Willet?
He said, just got back from a 5-night Boy Scout. Give me a break.
Hey,
We're
Doug.
giving you a break.
Hey,
Be here tomorrow.
Hey, Doug,
Doug.
For second place, can I have the Willet?
Doug, let's tie some knots, Doug. If you just came from a Boy Scout camp, you're tying knots. You know about you making things,
and you're shaking hands and making bets and holding your word. Get your bottles.
Hold on,
These have been here for almost a year.
Let's give a shout out to my man Doug. So, is he a troop leader? What's that? That's awesome.
I don't know. Are you a troop leader?
That is cool, Doug.
Shout out, Doug, because more people need to do that and teach these young men how to live off the land and
square knots and
lashings.
Yes, he said square knots and lashings.
Dude, more people need to know that, man. Boy Scouts and
that's funny.
Boy Scouts teach you things that you definitely use later on in life. I don't care what people.
Doug, are you busy tomorrow? We're going to be in studio probably around 6:00 is normally when we hit the record button.
Yes.
You
don't want to come get your bottles.
He's a committee member for Troop 268 New Heights. That's awesome.
So this,
shout out, Doug.
Hey, so it's actually kind of cool you came in here, Doug. So let's do one more shout out to our fantasy league.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, let's go
for it.
Go ahead.
So
Anthony.
we are doing another fantasy league. We just got Brian. Also, if you listened to this last episode, the bartender has decided to join in also give in a $50 bottle.
So
that
Anthony
is
and I discussed
6 bottles, correct?
So Anthony and I discussed
So we're down to 4 people.
Yeah.
We are down to 4 people left.
Unless we can get more and make it a bigger league.
If you want to be guaranteed into this league, 100% guaranteed, you have to provide a bottle.
Okay, let's just put it out there like that. We're doing a 10-person league.
Yep. 12 person.
Okay.
We got the people.
All right. We're doing a
12-person
league. We have enough people. If you want in our league, and
we get the bottle. You have to give us a bottle.
Promise a $50 bottle to our league.
We had
not promise.
We had a guy in Alabama give us this prior to the league start.
Oh, he sent it with me.
Yep. We also had somebody in Wilmington, Ohio. So if you want in, you have to be willing to get the bottle to someone from Off the Wall Studios,
or Venmo us the money. We will go purchase the bottle and put it on the counter.
Saying that, if we do not have 12 people guaranteed, if you you comment on these posts and say I want in. You can get in for free.
There's a guy on here, Dupreece. He's been very adamant.
He has.
Hey, how do you know Clancy?
So I know Clancy just from
I used to work at Bobby Fischer for a very short time with Clancy. He's a wild man.
He is, but he's a good dude.
Clancy, we love you, bro.
He's a good dude.
I don't know if he remembers me. I just remember him from football when I was a freshman in high school at North High School.
Me and Clancy did some time at Bobby Fischer. It was either Bobby Fischer or the bar. He either bounced together or he worked at a bar that I may have frequented.
Doug, now Clancy, I know you've commented regularly about this. We have not forgot about you. If you want in, you can get in, but we need a $50 bottle.
If you want guaranteed in, a $50 bottle
and do the spin.
I like that, Dylan. That's what
I'm saying.
So if you want an American Whiskey League right now, you just got to message one of us, comment on this. We'll get you in. We'll lock you in. I know Doug's in. Brian, aka the bartender's in. Of course, Alabama's in. Austin out in the cornfields in. Jason, you're in. Of course, Uncle Joey's in. Dylan, you want to come back and get the win this year.
Dude, I'm pissed.
And I want to show people I know what I'm talking about.
I'm pissed.
So
there's no reason I lost
this will be
last year.
This will be good. We have a lot of bottles coming, guys. So go ahead and just comment if you want in on us. Dave Kelly, man. Dave Kelly, I know you like football.
Big
you like
time barbecue.
Hey, hold on,
come on, where are you at?
Hey, hold on. Let me throw this out to you. For Dave Kelly and Dave Kelly only. And we will message him outside of this. If you want in, Dave, we will hold the draft at your place if you smoke some meat.
Yeah, but he's like a professional meat smoker. It's not like people pay him to smoke meat.
Yes, they do.
That's his entry fee.
That's his entry.
Nah.
We gotta stick with our entry fee. But I'll come over there and hang out. We'll bring that shit over there.
I wouldn't listen. We could buy the meat to take the days to have him smoke for draft day.
Yeah,
ribs,
anything. So, Dave, if you're listening,
we love you, Dave. And Dave's family, by the way. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
Dave's
Doug
family.
Ketterman, if you're able to make it tomorrow, we will do a live episode of you getting your winnings, man. You've got to say it again. Give me the lineup.
Oh shit! Hit it,
Let's
Joey.
see.
Show the camera.
Right offhand, we have a Willet family rye whiskey. Big Boy, Weller Special Reserve.
That hurts.
Here's mine.
Big boy.
Damn it.
Buffalo Trace.
That's mine.
That's the big boy.
Yeah.
Ouch!
And this was mine. If you're a bourbon drinker,
Fantastic.
Wild Turkey Rare Breed, man, you can't go wrong.
Such a good beverage.
And some of you may have never had this.
This is from Alabama, wasn't it?
Now, this is a store pick.
Yeah, this
so
is a store
you are
pick.
getting a bottle that's a store pick from a liquor store in
Wait,
Alabama.
you
unique.
never said what it was. What was it?
1792 full proof.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
And there
So
you
This
never
could
said
all-
what the Alabama bottle was.
yeah, you did.
1792
You just
full
did.
proof.
Are you in this? Are you with us
Oh,
here?
never
brother?
mind. Never mind.
All right.
I was thinking Austin's bottle, but that was Will.
Austin's a will. Yeah. So,
So that was our winnings for
and
the,
that's Doug Ketterman. Shout out, brother. Come get your shit tomorrow. We'll
Give me
put
a
you on a
bottle,
live.
Doug.
You don't have to stick around all night. Just stay here to get your winnings, introduce you to everybody. And we'd love to see your face on here. I mean, this is the best trophy you've ever got, Doug. I'm not saying you weren't a good tennis player or whatever you did in high school, but I'm just saying you get the greatest trophies in the world. So stop on in.
Doug,
So-
wait, hold on, Doug.
Doug
Doug,
Shannon. Doug
what
Shannon.
what do you mean can't wait to drink? Are you talking about tomorrow? Are you talking about the bottles?
Oh, dude, you got an instant bar.
You need to elaborate on that, Doug. Are you coming tomorrow? Or
Doug, I'm gonna tell you what, brother. You have one hell of a bar set up right off the rip.
Like if
man.
you don't have any whiskey, you're ahead of a lot of people. And I know Doug. Doug's got some whiskey. You know what I mean? I'm sure of it. He won do you guys remember when I gave out the Buffalo Trace?
wait,
Yes,
whoa,
yes.
whoa. Doug said both.
What?
Doug, you in tomorrow?
All right, so Doug's coming in tomorrow. We'll have a guest in studio, guys.
Doug,
Oh,
you're
shit.
in tomorrow.
I'll try to get Brian in here too, the bartender, to mix up some drinks, have a good time.
Big Mike, where you been, brother? We ain't seen Big Mike
Is
in a
Big
while.
Mike just comment?
Big Mike, no, but I'm just saying we ain't talked to
He
Big
was here
Mike
last
in a while.
time.
All
Yeah,
right, all right.
he's been here last
All
time.
right, Doug Ketterman said he'll be here. Is 6 okay? That's
6
good.
is okay with me.
Gorgeous
I'm here.
time.
Fabulous.
I am here 6 p.m.
We'll see you at 6, Doug. We'll
All
give
right,
you
boys.
we'll give you your trophies, all 5 of them, you ass hat. And make sure you bring a $50 bottle to give for this year's
You know
Well,
what?
whiskey.
We may need to have a belt made up.
I
we
think
do. That's a
I-
good one.
if I
We could do that.
if I remember correctly,
There's an
I
internet
think
site.
he said he was going to keep one of these bottles here for the entry.
Well, it's up to him, whatever he
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
up
do.
to him.
So, all right, Doug Ketterman, we'll see you at 6. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, we are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcasts. We're on everything your mama listens to. And, of course, YouTube. And, of course, Facebook Live. As always, I am your favorite host, Big Sturge.
Justice League.
And I am Uncle Joey.
And we will see you tomorrow with Doug Ketterman live at 6. And we are American Whiskey.
Thanks, guys. We love you.